People on the road to inner light do not find their vocations by asking, what do I want from life? Instead, they ask, what is life asking from me? And how can I match my intrinsic talents with the ones the world needs right now? You are an inspiration to those you serve, and we are honored and grateful for the opportunity to support you. Keep up the great work. Just a short little message. I've been going through notes, working on my second book. Number of things going through my mind this evening, but it's getting late in the day. I need to get upstairs and help with dinner and everything else. But I thought, man, I hadn't posted anything on LinkedIn yet. I better get something out to all of you. So I hope you can take those first few sentences are the most powerful in that little quip, which was, I don't know, I wrote it a long time ago, was some introduction to some copywriting piece in an email broadcast or something. But think about it one more time. People on the road to inner light do not find their vocations by asking, what do I want from life? Instead, they ask, and this takes a lot of courage and humility and a lot of different things. It took me a while to get here. What is life asking from me? And how can I match my intrinsic talents with the ones the world needs? And I think the reason this all stands out to me here this evening is that this is how I feel about my work with Golden Considerations and funeral homes and partners across the country on their pre-need programs right now, because all of a sudden I am entrenched in an arena where I can take every single skill and every bit of knowledge and every bit of expertise and every bit of passion that I have and put it toward these partners' efforts to build their funeral homes, pre-need businesses, to live better lives, to be more efficient, to sell more stuff, to create more effective messaging, whatever it is. A lot of it, though, does come back to the technology in your funeral home. And this is a short message tonight. And this is where I want to kind of focus, because I just finished up this afternoon, drove an hour and a half up north to see a new partner, get him ready, him and his funeral home ready for our launch in January with everything that we have planned. And you should be working on your plan right now. If you're not working on it already, now is the time. Do not put it off until January. If you do that, you'll lose a month in January, and then you're off to a slow start. But one of the recurring themes in this business, and this started when I was working for Fraser Consultants way back when, helping funeral homes with their technology, building websites and Facebook pages and all the digital marketing efforts they were doing. You all need a lot of help with your technology and with a lot of other things, but especially how to put the technology to work for you inside your funeral home. I've been playing around with a lot with AI lately, and I've got a number of ideas now about how you can take AI and put it to work for you in your funeral home. But what I'm really talking about is really basic stuff like, hey, we're coming in to start this pre-need program in January. Where's your data? It's in paper folders and drawers. Funded files, unfunded files, all the families this funeral home has served over the last year. These are really important components of our family follow-up program, which is an exciting new program that my wife Laura and I have created. And we have started a waiting list for that program. If you're interested in getting on that waiting list, let me know. But having the very first thing I'm going to have to do is go to this funeral home and make sure and get this data into the software that we need to organize it. And in a lot of cases, you kind of present that idea to a funeral home owner or an agent, and it's, oh, I don't have the time. I really just prefer this method. I don't want to have to learn a new database. I'm not tech savvy. I mean, there's so many excuses, but there's really no excuse, because having that data organized is everything. It's the foundation of every single thing you're doing. And in this case, we're just talking about basic data. But in the case of your funeral home as a whole, it's so important to look at that data, especially if you have more than one location, and look at how you're organizing that data. And even if you have one of the case management systems in place inside your funeral home, those systems are not built as marketing engines. And all of that data can be used in a variety of very sophisticated ways to help you with your marketing efforts. And all of the big companies out there are creating what they feel are the most important products and services for you in terms of getting access to that data and making it work for you. But there is one, and they're all doing a good job, but there is one really important missing component to the whole thing, and that is having a tech funeral home sales marketing coaching guru who can help you take full advantage of these technology systems and implement them inside your own funeral home business. And without that point person, most fail at this. Most procrastinate on this. Most don't ever really get to getting it done. And if I had to choose one thing, but I'm going to say two, most important things between now and that you can start working on now, here in December 2024, for a big 2025 start, but also for the health and future and legacy of your funeral home going into the next 5 or 10 years, it's two things. It's pre-need sales, and it's the technology inside your funeral home and how to leverage that technology and get the help and support and the expert guidance you need with that technology in combination, of course, with artificial intelligence. AI is already changing the world. It's going to change your business, the funeral business. It is going to change everything. And if you'd like to have more of a conversation about that, I would love to start that conversation with you. Whether or not we ever work together is not important. It's immaterial. But let's start that conversation, because there are a number of things that you can do to set yourself up for that success over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years in the future of your business. But it's today, man. You got to get a hold of that technology inside your funeral home. Never has it been more clear and apparent to me that this is a big problem in the industry. And if you're not working on it, you're falling behind. If you're not playing with AI for 30 minutes a day, you're falling behind. If you don't have your data in a system in which you can leverage it, you're falling behind. It is time to get that stuff organized. Should you decide to partner with us for pre-need marketing and sales support, I can dive into any and all of these things that make sense, and we can tackle them one at a time. And that is certainly what I'm doing with the owner I met with today. And it is what I love about my work, and brings me back to this statement I started this podcast with here this evening, which is, remember, people, you on the road to inner light, do not find your vocation. You didn't become a funeral director or a funeral home owner or an agent, most of you, by accident. You may have been asking, what do I want from life? But the stories I hear over and over again are that something happened in your life that drew you in. You found your calling and started asking a different question. What is life asking from me? How can I match my intrinsic talents with the ones the world needs? How can I, John Ashworth, aka Johnny Renaissance, match my intrinsic talents to you, the funeral homeowner? It's through this work with Golden Considerations and through your pre-need program as a start. And I, again, would love to start that conversation with you if you're interested. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you being here. Take care, everybody. John Ashworth, aka Johnny Renaissance. I'm going to sign off because, yes, I like to get to at least 5 minutes so I can get my clips and share those along the way. If you're watching a clip of this podcast, and it happens to be this particular clip where I'm saying this part, you can get full access to all the archives on the ashflash.com. And if you want the full version of this one, send me a DM, connect with me here, wherever you are finding this, and I will make sure and get it to you. Thanks for watching. Take care.